Hey guys, it's Olivia. So it is the end of November, which means I only have like 40 something days till the end of my program, till I leave Disney World and go back to school. That got me thinking about all the different ways that one would stay with the Walt Disney Company after their CP if they wanted to, so I thought that I would share those with you. So the very first thing you need to know is if you want to return to the Disney Company after your CP, you need to keep your record card clean. Just do things like show up to work on time, don't call out too much, don't do anything stupid like call out sick and then go play in the parks and get in using your main gate and try to use your discounts using your blue ID. That's really stupid, you'll get termed for that. Do your best to not get reprimands, don't show up late on set or after break, clocking out on time. Simple things that they'll teach you in training. Just be a good employee and you will be fine. Also make sure to keep an eye on the costume pieces that you check out. Make sure at the end of your program that all of those are turned in and that they account for it being turned in. You don't want something like a checked out belt to be the reason you can't do another program or you can't get hired for the company again. Just keep an eye on that. So one way to stay with the company is to do an extension for your current college program. So for example, I did the fall program, so mine is August through January 5th. Extension applications went out in October it was out for about 10 days, and then I think it took about 10 days to find out if you got extended or not. And you could get extended, same role, same location, different role, different location. Some people got from entertainment to merchandise or vice versa, attractions to entertainment. So there is opportunity to switch roles if you want. There is opportunity to stay in the same role. So if you do extend, what that means is you just stay here until May. So yeah, instead of just being here for 4 months, you're here for like 9 months or something. Same thing for Fall Advantage, they're May through January. So I know a girl who extended, so she's here till next May. Now with Disney internships, you can only do an internship for a period of a year or like consecutive internships. So like DCP and extending are going from a DCP to a PI, which I'll explain in a second. You can only do those for a total of like for a year at a time, and then you'd have to like take a break, go do something else, then come back if you wanted to do another internship through Disney. So the next thing, like I mentioned, is a PI, which is professional internship. It took me forever to figure out what that meant because everyone always just said PI, but it stands for professional internship. You can find out which ones are available on the Disney Jobs website. When you're typing in, you can like do like advanced search and type in location plus maybe fields you're interested in, or if you just say like, you can just type in internship / seasonal, and then it'll show you all the list of professional internships that there are. Now for professional internships, you want to have already graduated or be in graduate school. So if you're doing the CP, and if you're like me, I'm a junior right now, I need to go back to school before I come back to do a professional internship. But I can do that as soon as I graduate or while I'm in grad school. Now these are more professional, obviously. You're gonna be wearing like business casual clothes. They're more like in your field that you studied in college. So I know there are different marketing PIs, and there's a PI for coordinating like Disney housing events. I know a girl who just got hired for a PI for wedding planning for like Disney has weddings here at like Grand Floridian and stuff, and they'll point it out to you when you're on the monorail. But there are different internships like that that are more specific to what you might actually want to do as a job in a more businessy setting rather than like the park operations setting. But again, just look on the website if you want to stay in Florida. They have a lot of them here. But Disney Professional Internship, definitely a way to continue your path in the company, and hopefully at the end of it they'll offer you a full-time job to stay in that same professional position. Another thing you can do is go seasonal. Basically what seasonal means is you work 150 hours in the whole year, and you have a whole year to complete that. But keep in mind, if you want to go seasonal, apparently, this is what I've heard through the grapevine, you have to say, at least in entertainment, it might be different for other things. In entertainment, you have to have 12 weeks of availability immediately. So I know a girl who, rather than extending, she is going to apply to go seasonal, which you can do 6 weeks before your program is ending, so about now. You can apply to go seasonal, part-time, or full-time. But for seasonal, how it works is you'll give your 12 weeks of availability. So you'll work like the first, 3 months of the year, and the rest of the year you can go back to wherever you want. She lives in New Jersey, so she would go back there, do her other job, get married, all of that, and then just once a year, maybe in the summer for a couple weeks, come down, work that 150 hours. This is really good for if you don't live in Florida but still want to stay with the company. There's a guy who's seasonal here who he's a teacher full-time, but whenever there are things like spring break, fall break, Christmas break, summer vacation, obviously, he'll come and just do his hours for Disney. That way you get all the same perks as a Disney employee. You get free admission to the park, you get your cast member discount on merchandise and on hotel resorts and park tickets and all of that stuff. The next option is going part-time, full-time. Again, this will depend on what their need is for the time. I know with my height range, there's a very good chance I could go part-time or full-time immediately after my program, but with other height ranges in entertainment, they might get more of a seasonal thing because they just don't need that many of that height range. But I know for full-time, they're they have to give you like 40 hours a week. You also get all of the you can get the health insurance, you have vacation bid, you can bid locations too, which again, I only know about entertainment, but basically we work all over the place. We work in all the different parks, we work dining, people might be specialty trained for things like Star Wars or Welcome Show or parades or castle show. There's a lot of different things in entertainment. And basically when you're part-time or full-time, you get to put a preference on what locations you would like to work. This also will depend on seniority. So if I went full-time, immediately after this, and my preference was something that everybody wanted to preference, I probably wouldn't get that. But you can start building up that seniority and actually having a say in where you go. Obviously, you can still trade shifts and stuff. So for part-time, I'm not sure if they're guaranteed to schedule you a certain number of hours or not, but I think you give about 2 to 3 days availability and they schedule you for that, and then you're welcome to pick up as many shifts as you want. So I know some girls who are technically part-time, but they work full-time hours, and they just pick up all those other shifts to get their hours. Part-time, I think, is a great thing if you're a college student. A lot of people go to UCF and then just do this on the weekends and then one other day of the week. I think that's a great plan. That's what I'm planning to do in grad school when I work at Disneyland someday. There is the college program, professional internships, seasonal, part-time, and full-time, all different ways for you to stay with the company after you finish your CP. Also, like I said, the Disney Jobs website, that has all the lists of jobs they're currently looking for. You can type in things like the location, whether it's California or Florida or even just the United States or Europe, things like that. You can also say what field you're in. Disney literally needs everything. They need realtors, accountants, lawyers, character performers, applied IO Psych, they need people in that field. So that's what I'm planning on doing someday. Just by doing this internship, you have your foot in the door with the company. Honestly, you're ahead of anybody else who you apply for any other job or internship against, because you have the Walt Disney Company name on your resume now, and that's a really big deal. And if you do want to work for Disney someday, and they can look back at your CP and look at your record card and look at your 4 keys and look at all the great things you've done, and they can say, yeah, she worked for us before, she was awesome, let's have her back. Back in the day, they did have something where after you graduated from your CP, you would be a campus representative at your university. They no longer have that. If you guys watch Thingamavlogs or know of Sarah Snitch, she had done the DCP at Disneyland when she was in college. She worked merchandise at the Emporium, and then afterwards she was a campus representative for Disney. They don't have that anymore. I wish they did, because I had been planning to do that, but they don't. And honestly, it's okay if you go back to school and finish and then come back. Disney will always be here. Go get your education. Do not throw that away. Really don't. Go finish that and then come back. I follow a girl on YouTube and Instagram. She did the DCP in 2013. I think it was either 2012, 2013, or 2013, or the full year of 2013. She did the program for a year, and then she went and is finishing school, and she just auditioned again for Tokyo Disneyland, and she got a Tokyo Disneyland contract. So if you leave the company for a bit, that's okay. Don't freak out and think that you have to go seasonal or that you have to extend or whatever in order to keep working here. But yeah, those are just some of the different options. I hope you liked this video. I hope you found it helpful. I hope it wasn't too scatterbrained. And if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure to comment that below. If you are in the CP right now, or if you are coming in January, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, if you have any video suggestions, as always, let me know and I will film them for you. And yeah, just have an awesome day. Remember to keep dreaming out loud, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!